When you turn your life over to God, you get attacked by the enemy 10 times harder than you did before you turned. And that's because the enemy never wants you to turn back to God. Now, a lot of people like to attribute dark forces to all this mystical, supernatural shit, but dark forces can be as simple as negative thoughts, negative ideas that randomly come to you, sudden urges to do things that are outside of your morals, you name it. It doesn't always have to be this crazy supernatural thing like, I don't know, scratching on your walls and all these demonic interpretations that you see on TV and in movies. So with that being said, as of late, especially after giving up processed foods and trying to fix my diet and overcome some chronic skin issues that I've been having, as well as gut issues and neurological issues, since I've been cleaning myself up, the negative thoughts have been coming back and have really been affecting my state of mind. So with that being said, this morning I decided to open my Bible to a random page and get to reading, because the Lord always leads us to the messages that he wants us to receive in that moment. So without further ado, this morning I turned to Job, chapter 36. And I started kind of at the bottom because that's kind of what stood out to me the most. And I'm going to read you guys what Spirit led me to read. Those who have godless hearts harbor anger. Even when God binds them, they do not cry for help. They die in their youth. Their life ends among male cult prostitutes. God rescues the afflicted by their affliction. He instructs them by their torment. Indeed, he lured you from the jaws of distress to a spacious and unconfined place. Your table was spread with choice foods, yet now you are obsessed with the judgment due the wicked. Judgment and justice have seized you. Be careful that no one lures you with riches. Do not let large ransom lead you astray. Can your wealth or all your physical exertion keep you from distress? Do not long for the night when nations will disappear from their places. Be careful that you do not turn to iniquity, for that is why you have been tested by affliction. Now, if you're like me and you're a little neurodivergent, sometimes words are a little difficult for you. So I decided to I wanted to understand this a little bit more, so I looked up the definition of affliction and iniquity. Affliction is something that causes pain or suffering. Iniquity is immoral or grossly unfair behavior. So this is talking about how when we are in our darkest of days, we tend to turn to things that cause us pain and suffering in order to release us from pain and suffering. And that can be doing a job that you don't necessarily want to do. There's a lot of girls lately who have turned to OnlyFans and essentially prostituting their bodies online in order to make an income, and no judgment there, but at the same time that comes at a cost. And then also iniquity, the immoral or grossly unfair behavior. Sometimes when we're in times of pain, we tend to treat others as if they do not have their own pain that they go through. We tend to demand more empathy and sympathy and forget to give empathy and sympathy while we're going through our pain. Many of us long for the days when we don't have to pay taxes anymore, when we don't have to go to work anymore. We talk about the end of times, the fall of America, shit like that. And I know a lot of us are joking when we say that, but sometimes there's a little bit of truth in our JK, you know what I'm saying? So, but to desire the fall of your country is not the answer, because if America did fall, the power grid shuts down, life as we know it ends, and it's not just about not having to go to work. It's about loss of power, loss of gas, loss of education because we don't have access to the internet anymore, loss of resources, loss of morality because being that many of us are not self-sufficient, as in we're not farmers, we're not agriculturalists, we are, unfortunately capitalists and consumers, we lose access to food, we lose access to water, we lose access to so many different things, which may result in looting, stealing, killing, and hurting our neighbors, instead of becoming unified. And it's not to say that unity is impossible, but I mean, we have to be real with today's society and the amount of hate within this world. It's going to take some time before people actually come to a place of unity. There is going to be destruction and chaos before unity occurs. So God knew I really needed to hear that this morning, because since I've been in so much pain, I have almost been a little lazy with my duties and kind of expecting people to just wait for me to feel better, and even myself, just kind of waiting for myself to feel better before I take initiative. And God is telling me that although He is here to save me from my afflictions, there is work on my end that needs to be done to maintain a clear mental state, to call upon Him when I'm in my pain, to ask for prayers and to ask for help instead of expecting help and then judging when I don't receive it, So I hope anybody else out there who's going through tough times, who is dealing with chronic illness, leave your name and maybe what you're going through in the comments, and I will pray for you, and hopefully other people in the comments. I recommend that you guys pray for each other as well. Group prayer and prayer from a distance does work. I've seen it in many documentaries, and I've seen it in the Bible, and I feel it in my heart that praying for one another is the beginning of our unity. So God bless you all. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with another message. Love you.